So guys, let's talk about what it takes to get a young LA or a superhero or supervillain compression. First of all, you gotta get up extra early. Like you gotta get up at like 3 a.m. because you gotta be ready 12 hours in advance for the 3 p.m. drop. So you have to start planning then. After that, you have to get up and you know, about like 6 o'clock, you've been awake for 3 hours, so your food's had time to digest. You gotta do fast cardio that day. Then after that, you gotta like definitely like, you know, eat like anabolic Wheaties or something like that. I don't know, you might have to take some NK677. I don't have to do that, but I mean, you might have to. You might have to. So, you know, finally you're at 12 p.m., you know, you entered flow state on all your projects for the day. Then you get to 12 p.m. So at 12 p.m., you have to do like a really anabolic like workout. Like you have to basically like do at least like legs or like a really heavy like overhead press workout, like almost like some Bradley Martin type shit. You know, then you have to go and make sure you crush 10,000 steps before the 3 p.m. drop. So it doesn't matter, you know, if you work or not, you know, between like that 12 and that 3, like you just gotta walk like a lot. You might have to hit the steps, the stairwell. You know, then now you're at 258. Okay, so 258. Okay, 258. You gotta log on like the website, and then you gotta hit the refresh button, and then you gotta shift it to the right and shift it to the left. You know what I mean, exactly what I mean when I say shift it to the right, shift it to the left. Anyway, and then if you're lucky and you shift it to the right and shift it to the left at 3 o'clock and 0.0167 seconds, you click the add to cart on the superhero or supervillain compression because you actually clicked it that fast. Then after that, you actually have to go into like in the line, and you actually have to fight SARM goblins. You might want to bring a pair of like brass knuckles because they tend to like actually like come at you like in packs and droves. Like they'll try to really fuck you up, like, and like they don't fight fair. There's some dirty fucks. They'll hit you in the dick. You know, so just be careful, and you know, just know that this is what it takes to get a young LA superhero compression. After you fight the SARM goblins, you gotta use code Alex or code Twins, maybe code Shizzy, Jizzy, Tizzy, Hizzy, Fizzy Fit, whatever you want to call it. And then you actually have to watch a Dipsguy video, actually, low-key. Like, actually, that's like the last stage, but they don't tell you that. But that's just like, you know, secret. You have to watch a Dipsguy video afterwards. And then, after you watch the Dipsguy video, you're done in the checkout, you're filling out your shipping, you're filling out, you know, your whole entire home address, your billing, and then after that, you buy your shirt and you shut up and you wear it.
This is a true story, by the way.
I have clothes that I bought in Europe 30 years ago. And some of them, yeah, but some of them still fit.
What the?
A friend of mine told me clothes from Europe last a lot longer than they do.
Yeah,
because they're made here.
So, yeah, like things that would be completely we're not going to fit. So that's because that's where they.
Oh. Ooh.
I almost thought I wasn't going to make it. Not only was I ahead of schedule, I'm missing one of the weeks of the bank statement, so I was like, I can't really finish this anyway, so.
This is so random. Why?
Abs and legs at the same time. I just came up with it just now. This carrot is so comfortable. I just had to hit it, but if you think about it, you're coming back here in the abs. So, front squats, guys. Now, I'm not gonna pretend that I am like a leg Jedi, that I am on the Sith Council or anything. I have just squeaked my way into being worthy in squat existence, okay? So, for me, I like a front squat where it's most comfortable for me, and that might alter for you depending on the person. But where I like the bar is actually somewhere just below my shoulders. The reason is because when I go front squat, I like to actually scoop the bar. So actually, when I come to front squat, I actually get my arms underneath, and I scoop to stand up to get to the reps. So for my setup, I always think a lower bar is going to be better than a higher bar for your front squat. This is personal. The other thing is, how do you front squat? Some of you are going to front squat with the fingers thing. Listen, man. Sorry if that's for you. This just ain't for me. Okay? So, and that's, again, depending on user's preference. my hands just go numb, and I don't need my hands going numb and having nerve issues because my fingers are starting to tingle and weird things from doing front squats. So I tend to do this. Also, another hack is if you're trying to hold that bar on your shoulders to be able to do this rack position, okay, one hack is you can actually go and pump your delts up with lateral raises. But you just pump your delts up with lateral raises, and by the time you get over to the front squat bar, you got your delts nice and pumped, and you're got a good idea of the trajectory of where the bar actually is going to sit in the knurling of your collarbone.
Watching you lean back, like I didn't think you were going to do that, gave me an absolute heart attack for a second. I was like, holy shit.
Okay, you didn't see it coming?
No, I thought you were just going to casually like sit down.
That's it, but I don't.
Moving.
It's a really big challenge to the front squat to add to it. So I only did 2 because I was like, I can try to do a bunch of these, but I was like, if I fuck around, this goes dumb. I'm like, I'm gonna be pissed off. So stupid right now that people do is that they diss old school lat pull down connections and act like some of them are inferior to others. No, fuck that. In my personal opinion, all of these have something you can get from them. So why not use all of them at some point and have fun? Make back training fun. Back is probably one of the body parts where you have the most exercise selections out of everything. So why would you only limit yourself to half a caveat? And also, why would you not train back heavy? Fucking pussy. Anyway, let's talk about this. At this point in the workout, I've already done my rest pause and high intensity set, so I'm pretty fatigued. This is just a little bit of pump work that I like to throw in at the end. I don't like to leave the gym without a good pump. You know, sometimes I feel like with the high intensity stuff, you're gonna get a great stimulus, but you don't always leave with a good pump. These ones are just a little bit below my forehead because this forces me to flare my lats to my elbows. This is a neutral grip one. I like it a lot because it puts you in that V taper position, which is what I call this, where your arms are like out in a V. So it ensures you're really like flaring your lats out. But then at the bottom, when you tuck your lats, you're actually getting a lot of kind of like lower, like rear delt and lower trap activation along with the lats, which is great. I've done 240 pull downs so far. So guys, one more time running through the rung of the ladder. I think I'm just gonna do 2 sets on this, just two high rep sets. We've done a lot of reps today, just for etching and detail pump, like I said. So guys, enjoy all your lat pull downs, and always just make sure with lat pull downs that you're just guiding the movement with your elbows, right? Your elbows are going back, you know your lats probably getting tucked. If your elbows are going down and back, you know you're probably gonna be engaging your lats. The rest of us just try to find that mind-muscle connection, which I feel like everybody will get that over time. Alright guys, so there's a lot of stuff about the old high intensity training stuff, and people are talking about the pull up in this position being for the biceps. And I'm going to get into that later in another video, but what I really want to get into is more importantly is movements that are actually just crucial for biceps. If I had to choose no other movement, just one movement for biceps, it would definitely be something on the incline. Incline bicep curls seem to take out the cheat factor from everything that you use. Really just force the bicep into their prerogative. I actually heard something about Arnold Schwarzenegger for you bodybuilding nerds, which was that at the 1980 Olympia, one of the things that actually had improved was his biceps, and everything else kind of went down. People asked him how he developed the biceps. He said incline dumbbell curls. Now, one of my issues with a lot of curls that people are doing, and generally you see most of the population curling, but you see this. Or you see this. Which is freaking, I'm not gonna call it stupid, I'm just gonna say that it's relatively asinine. Don't get me wrong, world-class physiques have been people who cheat with their head during the bicep curl movement. You may not be that person, and you might still be able to build those good biceps, and your involvement in other muscle groups could be robbing you of this movement. So this is why I like the incline curl. The cool thing about the incline curl is, just like any other weight movement, during this plane ride, there's going to be turbulence, okay? When there's turbulence, the thing I like the most, lay back and relax. Relax, let the time pass. And I don't know, somebody like put like on this bench, so I'm gonna wipe it real quick. So, guys, when it comes down to it, you got a 45-degree incline right here. You're gonna have your dumbbells, and the cool thing about this is, obviously there's lots of different kind of curls you can do. So, any kind of curl variation, you can kind of throw on the incline and have a natural bicep blaster, if you will. With this, the elbows are actually going to go a little bit behind the waistline. You're going to curl right here. Just a little bit past the nipples where about I count the rep. And there, I'm getting a good amount of flexion. I'm also not getting too much flexion that I'm losing tension. As you can see, when I'm doing a curl, my bicep and my elbow don't really move anywhere. They stay right there in space and time. I relax my head. So if your head's going forward, look, it just shows you relax. Shit, you might even want to bring a pillow. This might as well be a bed and breakfast, baby.
I don't need a spot. I just need Oh, yeah. That's all I need. My poor leggies can't bend over. And what else? Purple hair. And Russian hair. When he's going to get on the interview, when we were in the guy, the guy said,